Week 7, probably the best week so far on this whole journey. This is a 445-yard par 5, and this is for par. I am so close now to getting my handicap. I think I'm just one scorecard away. The one with Jay last week didn't count. So I've got 5 out of 6 now. Let's see how I got on. So after scoring 2 of my worst scorecards and playing some of the worst golf I've ever played last week, I decided to book an emergency lesson with a guy over at Style Golf Club called Mark Johnson. I've had lessons with him before and I really like his style. And basically what he was telling me is a few things to work on. Essentially, a lot of what I do in my setup is promoting a right miss and is causing me to get the club face ahead of my hands and rotate too much in my backswing. Basically, everything that I'm doing is causing these right misses and inconsistent strikes. So we were working on what can I do to sort of simplify my swing and go back to basics and really focus on the point of impact and strike. So we were talking about doing these mini swings where I'm trying to get the club face along the plane that he's just drawn here, and then after impact with the ball to keep my arms straight afterwards. Just like that, basically. And I also want to incorporate a little bit of a hip bump over to the left as well. So once I'm in my back position, I just shift my hips a little bit over, but keep my arms extended after impact and make sure that I've got the club face closed as well, not open as he's drawn a little line here. Make sure that it's closed. So that's it for now. So after my lesson, I obviously went out onto the range and tried to hit a few shots like he's saying. So this little waist to waist swing, basically, making sure that club face is closed and I'm doing a little shift. And pretty instantly, I felt like I was making really solid, good connections consistently with all of my clubs as well. So not just doing this little mini swing with my irons and my wedges, but also doing it with my woods and even my driver as well. So today I need to do another regrip. I feel like I'm doing regrips every week at this stage, but the reason is because of my putter grip started to degrade. Can you see there? And unfortunately I think that's why it's degrading. That's exactly where I put my thumbs. So I've got another Super Stroke grip. I couldn't seem to find one online, well, not in pink, that was the 3.0. So I've gone for the 2.0. So it's slightly narrower, but actually I really like the feel of it. I think I might prefer this to the 3.0. So let's see. I'm happy with that. I'm pretty sure it's relatively straight. So let's see how we get on. This is obviously the 2.0, like I said, not the 3.0. So it's slightly narrower, but should be about the same kind of feel, I think. It's still wider than a normal grip. So I'm going to test it out now and see how I get on. Speaking of which, I am about to go to the course again and do another 9 holes. This time's a friendly again. In my lesson, all I was trying to do was a waist to waist swing, really focusing on the point that matters in the swing. What is the most crucial part of the swing? Club face square and impact. So my coach has recommended that today, especially because we're not scoring, I do that on course. He says sacrifice a little bit of distance, but it should be going straight. It'll give me the confidence. I'm not overhitting everything. I shouldn't be finding myself in trees very often, especially if I'm doing this small one and they're going straight. Wish me luck. Right, same again then.
Yeah, that's gonna stop.
Safe shot again. Yeah, that's cold. That's horrible. I stopped looking. Did it go in?
Yeah.
So I'm not in a divot this time, or a bunker, or behind a tree. Oh no. Oh, it's just gone. I'm just about to go again and do another scorecard round. I did find out the other day, I was looking online, my scorecard with Jason last week doesn't count because he's not a member of a club. So I do only have 4 in at the moment, not 5 sadly. So today's going to be the 5th scorecard. I'm going with a lady called Jackie. I played quite well with Georgia just the other day, so I'm hoping that obviously after my lesson and doing these kind of mini swings is really helping. I'm going to try and do that again. I'm going to go around doing mini swings and just really focus on keeping the ball in play wherever possible. Jackie's only got time to do 9 holes and mark a 9-hole scorecard, but also I might see if I can keep going because it's quite early now and I might have time afterwards. So let's see how many I can get through. Probably not the full 18, but we'll see if we can do the sort of 10th, 11th and 12th or something like that. All right, wish me luck.
Nice. Left. Oh god, that counts as a shot, by the way.
I know. I wasn't doing a half swing as well, I just realised, so.
You fin-
Oh no. Well, I did just get par on that hole, but I forgot to video it.
Shot. Wow, that's really good. Not my best chip.
So, apart from the meltdown on hole 1 where I got 14 or whatever, I pulled it together then. So I'm going to continue. I've got some more time so I can stay out a bit. So I'm going to continue. First time I'm going to play these holes. Probably only stay till another like three or four holes. But I'm really pleased. That's the lowest I've scored at Northern so far. So we're trending in the right direction. And it's 10 less than what I scored in my meltdown round last week. So I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Obviously something's clicked. Well, I don't want to say that and jinx it all, but something's starting to click, let's say it like that. Really pleased. This par 3 is 180 yards. It's not going to stop on the green, but I'll have to be in the through. Looked like it went really straight and really good. So I'm just going to walk straight for like 150 and hope that I see it. So I've hit 2 really far shots, both went 150-ish. And I'm still like 200 away. This is really long this hole. This is a 445 yard par 5 and this is for par.
tell you what, something's clicked today. She did it! Oh my god, I got par. This is like the second hardest hole on the whole course. Yeah, my driver is definitely ballooning, which is because the shaft's too flexible. Double bogey, take that. And that might be my last hole. Phone's running out of battery, GoPro's running out of battery. Yeah.
I'm so pleased with how this week has gone in the end. Obviously with the lesson this week and how it sort of turned things around for me. I think I had so much expectation on that scorecard round on Friday, and I was stood on the first tee like, right, things had started to click and I'd played really well with Georgia and the lesson was giving me some really good feels and stuff like that. And then that's what caused basically the meltdown, and the 14 is like added pressure and expectation that I put on myself. But I'm really proud not only of obviously how I managed to improve with my golf in that round, but how I managed to hold it together mentally and improve mentally and not let that 14 get to me. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this week, is that I was able to cope with the 14 and then carry on, persevere, and get that par on the second most difficult hole of the course, par 5 at 13. So yeah, really pleased, and obviously looking forward to next week. Although the one thing I'm a little bit worried about, I guess, is how do I go into next week? I've played really well this week. I feel like things have clicked. My 3-wood was doing really well. I got 2 pars and quite a lot of bogeys, and my scoring was good. How do I go into next week without that as an expectation and not being like, right, I played really good last time, put on the pressure again and have a meltdown again? I think the mental side of the game is probably more challenging than the actual golf for me, because I know I can do it and I've got the capabilities to do it when things come together. It's just how do I get them to come together mentally? Next week is week 8, and it is when I'm going to be doing the first ever competition. Ideally, then, next week is going to be 1 handicap scorecard, 1 round of full 18 for the first time, and enter a competition. So make sure you tune in next week because it is the biggie. As always, thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, of course. It's been a real pleasure to interact with such a lovely community along this journey. Hopefully, after the challenge is complete, I can continue to keep making content, probably not as frequently or as long form, but in some way or another. For now, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.